Yo, what up? It is Alex. We're doing Fizz by Sophie today. It's going to be a fun one. Some wild stuff going on here. Remember to subscribe if you like the channel. Follow me on Patreon as well if you're into it. And let's go ahead and start. But actually, real quick, you might notice a lot of weird background noise this time around. That's because I am recording this outside. I am staying in a friend's backyard for a few weeks. So there you go. All right. So we're going to start off just like this.
Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz.
So we're going to get this 4-bar situation where we immediately start with these super like crisp plastic-like vocals.
Shake, shake it up and make it fizz.
We've already got a call and response going on between this twisty sound
Shake it up, fizz.
and then the whack. Is that what I called it? Whack?
Up and make it fizz.
Notice how this sound happens and this sound calls back to it. And then we're going to have our kick going, 4 on the floor, nothing too crazy. Then we're going to have the introduction of this riff after 4 bars.
If that's what you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do.
Awesome. So basically, this track has a lot more going on than a lot of the tracks we've been going over recently. So after that first 4-bar situation, we're going to now introduce the riff. That's going to play for 4 bars, and then afterwards, we're going to quickly have the introduction of like this other vocal hook.
If that's what you wanna do.
If that's what you want to do. I'm calling it a hook just because it's so catchy. There's a... I really don't know how. I think the wind is probably just like billowing into the mic right now. Do you hear the bells? Bell tower going off in the background. But basically, yeah, so you're going to have these vocal melodies here playing twice. So now we're just keeping interest with this melody, and it's a good time.
What you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do. If you want to make them scream, look at me. It's simple.
There's a cool little trick. If you're about to go into a new section, that is a cool thing to do sometimes, where you just skip the first kick. So if you never do that, go ahead and give it a try, especially if you have a 4 on the floor sort of arrangement there, or a 4 on the floor pattern, then yeah, just drop out that first kick and see how it sounds. It might be pretty interesting. Now, okay, so now we're going into the verse. So we had our intro, which was composed of 3 4-bar loops. One was mostly just a vocal hook with this call and response of these 2 weird sounds. Then we had 4 bars of the main riff throughout the track, and then 4 more bars with that riff with the vocals on top, and now we're just kind of rushing into this really dope verse.
If you want to make them scream, look at me. It's simple, we'll make it easily. If you need that something but don't know what it is, shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz. You've got to twist your body, twirl it all around.
So cool. Okay, so real quick, while this riff is playing, we're also going to have a bass line jump into. I should have done that here. It's probably going to look like that. I'm just going to pitch it down. It's copying the riff. You could also just... Here we go. Bass line. How did I not put that in? I know. You can probably hear that helicopter going on behind me. It's going to be interesting doing these videos in here. I'm like in a trailer. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But, okay, so...
You want to make them...
Cool. So we got the clap coming in, 2 in the 4, nothing too crazy. And if you're wondering how do we get from this intro to this section, broadly speaking, that's just because we have the introduction of a new vocal melody. We have the addition of the bass line, and then we have the addition of the clap. So we're just building up energy. It's getting exciting. Now, check out, this is a really cool way that we go into this second part of the verse. So this is like... the first 8 bars, and then we're going to go into the second 8 bars, and look at this really interesting way that the drums were programmed.
You've got to twist your body, twirl it all around, make it pop and...
Yeah, you hear that train? So we have these, let's see. So we've got these, what are these, 16th notes or 8th notes? I think we got the 16th note maraca pattern. Sounds like an 808 maraca. And I like how, again, we just drop out a bunch of kicks and claps at the beginning, only to just like lurch onto this, looks like the, let's see.
Twist your body, twirl it all
Yeah, so we hit the clap on the 4, and then I don't even know if this kick is here.
12.
Yeah, let's do that.
To twist your body.
And you get this crazy sound.
Twist your body. 12.
That's another thing that's really common. You'll get this in a lot of like pop songs. It's kind of cool. Like notice that the vocals say twist, and then you hear this like twisting sound.
Twist your body. 12.
Yeah, a group named Capiac just released a song called Ooey Ooey You, where they mention a telephone, and then you hear a sound of a telephone. It's just kind of a cool thing people do sometimes. But yeah. So maybe to give this a try if you're trying to find out a cool way to like go into a new section of your track. You can drop out some kicks. Look, the whole first bar of kicks doesn't exist, and we hit on that 4 clap, and then we're going in full on into the beat with the introduction of the maracas. And again, I like this because as you've seen so many of our tracks that we've broken down, oftentimes you just add the maraca right away right here, and I love how you get this delay. It's cool. Now, all right, let's keep listening. Oh, and before we keep listening, the reason why the verse is staying interesting here is because now we have the maraca added, and now we're getting this like wappy sound back, and so we're like kind of building an energy, all working up to the chorus, which is over here.
You've got to twist your body. 12. It all around. Make it pop and sizzle. Now squish it on the ground. If you need that something but don't know what it is, shake, shake, shake it up and make it this. We can go crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do, we can go crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do.
Alright, so very common trick here, to make the chorus more interesting. We get the offbeat, we get a new, I'd say perhaps the catchiest vocal line of the whole track, the crazy and the pop, that sort of thing. Sounding really good, and we have these screechy wheeze happening.
Pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop.
You can kind of hear some breath in the background going,
Pop. Crazy in the pop.
might be kind of hard to hear. I'm on headphones right now. I don't know if I even heard it earlier when I was listening on mono. I actually can't remember when I broke this track down. I don't know if I did on mono or not, so maybe I'm lying. But, okay. So, yeah, this chorus is sounding good. Again, we have this increased energy level from the vocals. We got the offbeat addition. And now you can kind of see how we've just been building. It's interesting how even though we're on a chorus, we still have the same riff, the same bass line going on. More or less, maybe the riff might be slightly different. Let's listen really quickly. We're going to listen like for the beginning and then to here.
Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. It twist your body. 12. It all around. Make it pop and sizzle. Now squish it.
It's more subdued here. Here it's more open.
Crazy in the pop.
Yeah, there's more energy there. So yeah, we're getting an increase in energy on the vocal line, increase in energy with the addition of the offbeat, increase in energy in the opening up of the riff. And then we're getting these wee sounds. So yeah, we're really going full chorus. So now we're going to have a cool post-chorus section. Let's hear what happens. You're going to hear this pad start to come in here towards the end of the chorus.
If that's what you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do. You squish it in your hand, make it pop, red and white, tomato soup can. If you need that something, and that's really what you want, shake, shake, shake it up and make it this. You've got to stir that mixture, make it groovy thick, let it drip all over. Now give the stir that mixture, make it groovy.
Wasn't that amazing? That little...
Stir that mixture, make it groovy thick, let it.
So if you're a producer trying to get some more interesting ideas for your tracks, maybe literally, like, I have this project file. If you email me, I'll send it to you. It's not exact. I mostly just map it out roughly so that we can talk about macro arrangement. But it's just cool to look at because if you're trying to, like, figure out some cool drum fill ideas here, seriously, try this. I love how... I love the way Sophie is doing it in this track. Like, again...
That mixture, make it groovy thick, let it...
I guess that's very similar to what we had over here.
Got to twist your body, 12, it all around.
Yeah, it's actually very similar.
That mixture, make it groovy thick, let it...
Except the clap has a lot of reverb this time. Here you get kind of a dry clap.
12, it...
There's still a little reverb,
12.
But here you get...
Make it groovy thick, let it drip all over. Now give the spoon a lick if you need...
I don't know if I noticed or pointed out this little like rising tom thing. Listen to this like sound. It's going doop 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 doop.
Drip all over. Now give the spoon a lick. If you need that something.
Cool. It actually looks like it should be more like this. Something like that. But okay, so now yeah, we're just going back to the verse. We're gonna, it looks like the first half of the verse. Let me maybe color some things really quickly. All right, so this is all verse 2. Here we go. How's that? Then we got chorus. All right. Hopefully this is helping us kind of see what's going on. We got verses. Our verse starts here. We'll make those pink again. Then we got this post-chorus. Make that green. All right. So you'll notice it looks like we have a pretty similar amount of activity in the first half of verse 2, just like it's very similar to the first half of verse 1. Let's just do a quick scan.
Need that something, and that's really what you want. Shake, shake. Need that something, but don't know what it. Need that something, and that's really what you want. Shake, shake, shake.
All right.
Need that something, but don't.
I guess we already have the womp womp.
Need that something, and that's really what you want. Shake, shake.
Yeah, so there's a little more instrumentation going on, which makes sense because typically on like a second verse, you're going to have a little more elements at play than the first verse. That's just a very common way things are arranged in this sort of music. Okay, and then let's keep going.
Get grippy thick, let it drip all over. Now give the spoon a lick. If you need that something, and that's really what you want. Shake, shake, shake it up and make it this. We can go crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do, we can go crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop, crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do, we can jump up, we can get down low.
Sweet. Let me just color this, and I'm gonna stop talking soon unless something else pops up. And just as like a few notes here, I mean, this song construction is really cool, as I've said a few times. But at the same time, I feel like to me what, at least I haven't actually gone through a lot of Sophie's discography. I was really into these first batch of tracks that came out. I say first, I really don't know her history that well. But these were some of the first ones I was exposed to, and I remember just feeling like the aesthetic of, like, the sonic aesthetic of her choices, her like sound selection was part of what made this so mind-blowing. Of course, this is still like really good arrangement, really cool, a lot of cool stuff happening here. But at the same time, I feel like you could probably have a lot of tracks that were arranged similarly that, you know, would still be like well-arranged tracks, but you just get this really crazy, like, plastic, clean, almost sterile vibe from these tracks, but it's sterile in a good way. Really cool. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. But okay, so we're gonna keep listening, and let's see what's up.
What you wanna do? We can jump up, we can get down low, mix it all up, we can go loco, whatever you want. There's nothing we can't do, 'cause we can go up, and that's what we're gonna do. We can jump up, 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 make it Satan, yeah, we're dancing. Smash it all up, let it drip, drop, low. Whatever you need, just tell me and we'll go. 'Cause we can stay here, or we can go, we can go, we can go.
Sweet. So that's our bridge right there. Again, I know a lot of y'all watching are probably here for most of the techno stuff, where we don't always have bridges. But yeah, bridge, you know, it takes us far out from what we're used to hearing, very different sort of section. And then it helps us get back into things so that we can hear what we've already heard before, but it sounds refreshed and renewed because we just had this big break from it. But the cool thing is that even though we're getting this part over here, we've already heard that melody, Crazy in the Pop. We've already heard that riff as well, you know. But it's cool because the vocals are being modulated here. So even though we've already heard this melody before, we're actually getting a new timbre on top of it, which is really nice. Just giving us more interesting things to listen to. I feel like there's probably ways the song could have been arranged where Sophie could have kind of phoned it in a little bit more and just like have had a more direct copy of prior, what is this? Praising the Pop, prior verses?
If you
Oh wait, no.
crazy.
This is like a modulation of the chorus. So what I was going to say was there's probably some versions of this track where Sophie could have just phoned it in and she could have just like used just gone straight to the chorus, or even just not taking the time to like modulate the vocal here. We probably would have been okay with this, at least a lot of people would, but I don't know, it's just a nice detail. Nice that we're getting this vocal modulation here. Now we're gonna keep listening and let's see where we go.
Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fit. If that's what you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do. If that's what you wanna do. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do. We can go crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop. If that's what you wanna do. Shake, shake, shake it up and make it fizz.
Sweet. I love that ending. The vocals just really tie it together and let you know, hey, we're done. So okay, as you can see after this bridge, we have this like kind of like modulated chorus where it's pretty stripped back, and then we get a little break here. I say we're getting a break because the vocals are gone, and even though this section of the track is still heavily detailed compared to a lot of other tracks, I guess it just depends what you're listening to. I feel like this is kind of like a nice respite in a way, because now we're just getting groove. If you're on a dance floor, I think this is like probably the most I mean, you could say the other parts are more danceable too, but this is just stripped down. You can just groove to this. And now we're going to go into our final chorus where, of course, we're going to bring that offbeat back in, toms back in. And I like these little echo effects that are done on just parts of the vocals. Listen for that here. Like, wherever it's colored, that's where a neat, like, delay was happening.
In the pop, if that's what you wanna do. We can go crazy in the pop. Crazy in the pop.
So if you're wondering how to do that, you could just, like, assign a delay to a return, and then you could just turn up the return on certain parts of the vocals, and then modulate the return if you want, cut it off at certain times, whatever. But yeah, really, really cool. I remember being pretty bummed when Sophie passed, because I don't know, Sophie was really pushing it. At least I honestly don't listen to that much music, but I still remember that when I heard Sophie out for the first time, I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? And I think that's a good feeling to get when you're producing. It just helps keep you inspired. So yeah. So if you like this, please subscribe. If you want the project file, you can shoot me an email. And until next time, I'll probably be recording a few more of these in here. So thanks for your patience. Hopefully it worked. I don't know.